Episode 7. You know the feeling when everything aligns, when the plans you've carefully made unfold like they were meant to be. There's peace in that, a quiet satisfaction. It feels good, right? But what happens when the plan unravels? When it doesn't go as you expected? Suddenly, there's a hole, a gap, a disappointment. And that feeling, it's not just a fleeting thing, it can stay, it lingers. It turns into frustration, sometimes anger, even resentment. Disappointment isn't just a feeling, it's a burden. You feel it when people you love leave you, or when a close friend betrays your trust. And it cuts deeper when the hurt comes from those closest to you, the ones you thought would never break that bond. It's strange, isn't it? We learn to accept the flaws, the imperfections, even the lies of strangers. But when someone you love falls short, when they hurt you, it's a different kind of pain. You're disappointed in them and yourself for believing. I remember my own disappointments, the ones I've carried far too long. And you know what? It can eat you up. It can taint the very way you see the world if you let it. But here's what I've learned. Disappointment doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to become bitterness. You have a choice. You can choose to release it. That's the trick, isn't it? To let go, to forgive not just the other person, but yourself too. Because holding on to disappointment doesn't hurt the one who hurt you. It hurts you. It chains you to the past, to what could have been, instead of what is. And that, my friends, is where the real pain lies. I once thought love was something that had to be returned, that it was a transaction, a give and take. But true love, the kind of love that transcends disappointment, is unconditional. It asks for nothing in return. It simply is. And if your love is conditional, if it's based on how much someone loves you back, then disappointment will always follow. Because we're human, we fail each other. But love, the real, pure love, doesn't fail. It endures even in the face of hurt. It chooses to be patient. It chooses to be kind, even when it's not easy. The Apostle Paul said it best. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not seek its own, does not take into account a wrong suffered. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Never fails, even when everything else does. When someone you love disappoints you, it's hard not to feel like you've been betrayed. You wonder if the love you gave was ever enough. But here's what I've realized. Love, true love, isn't about what you get back. It's about what you give. And sometimes, the greatest gift you can give is to let go. To love someone unconditionally, even when they don't love you the same way. To forgive, even when they haven't asked for it. I've watched people I love struggle with disappointment. I've seen them carry that weight for years, and I've seen how it changes them, how it hardens them, makes them cynical. But I've also seen the healing that comes when they finally choose to let it go, when they choose to love without expectation, when they choose to forgive, not because the other person deserves it, but because they deserve peace. I learned this the hard way, through my own pain. A few years ago, my wife and I went through something that tested us, that nearly broke us. There was betrayal in her family, and she was crushed. I couldn't understand it at first. How could something so small, so temporary, have such a grip on her? But then I realized I wasn't in her shoes. I didn't understand the depth of her hurt. I didn't see the weight she carried. I knew she had to let go, not just for her brother, but for herself. And slowly, over time, she did. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't easy. But eventually, she learned that unconditional love, the kind of love that bears all things, was her path to freedom. And it is ours, too. Because let's be honest, life is going to disappoint us. People will disappoint us. And if we're not careful, we'll let that disappointment grow into bitterness. We'll let it steal our joy, our peace, our ability to love. But we don't have to let it. We can choose to rise above it. We can choose to love anyway. We can choose to forgive. So what's the answer to disappointment? It's not in waiting for things to get better. It's in choosing to love no matter what. It's in letting go of what we can't control. It's in trusting that God's love will fill the spaces we leave open. And when we do that, when we let go of the weight of disappointment, we find something better. We find peace. We find joy. Love always wins, even when everything else falls apart. So what will you choose today? Will you hold on to your disappointments? Or will you let them go and choose love, hope, and healing instead? The choice is yours. I am Nelly Ferrari, and I live the Kodach secrets.